Whoa, Wazam. Today's video is titled, Obama Admits to Black Abandonment and Minimizes Slavery. Now, if you new here, what we do here is read, listen, watch, and we block talk, break it down. Before I begin, I need every viewer to understand I don't do this for subscribers, clicks, views, comments, likes, laughs, or anything else. And this is not easy. It take a lot of hard work, y'all, and it's very dangerous. Understand that if you smart. I've been here since 2011, y'all. Way back, speaking the same old thing I'm speaking today, goddammit. Way before it was accepted by blacks, who usually had a black power joke that was installed by mainstream media with characters like this. And there's many more I can add. These characters was designed to clown any form of speaking black truth to power, y'all. Look at it, you got the jailhouse brother from In Living Color, always making up words, but if you pay attention to him, he really made sense, goddammit. Here's an example when he'll say the mucous membrane and all of these kind of things that some people might have thought was just jokes, but all it was doing was attacking any form of black truth speaking to power, y'all. Look, to the right of him, what they have, your boy from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. He up there symbolizing the old freedom fighters and saying that they chasing after the white woman, you know, and it ain't the last time you gonna see that. Or look at the Muslim brother. He was talking to Martin. He was like, nah, is it me? Or is it a conspiracy, my brother? And Martin gonna tell him, man, it's just you. You know, of course, yeah, it's funny as hell. I laugh, you dig? But look what they doing, y'all. They attacking any form of black truth speaking to power. Pay attention. The next one was Bilal from what that was, House Party, matter of fact. He was the black power brother, but he was the dude that they was always clowning and kind of like the third wheel of things. Now remember I told y'all you was gonna see the white woman chasing again? Look down there to your left, your boy right there from Don't Be a Menace, I believe. He the one who said, could you tap that white girl? Now, see, at first we had the freedom fighter from the old school days, and they showing you that the new school ain't no different. He's still worried about tapping the white girl, you dig? Or look at the bottom, over there in the corner. Y'all know who that is from CB4, your boy who was rapping. I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all. That mean they trying to attack people like Nas and the Talib Kweli's of the world and stuff like that, who rap black truth to power a little bit, because y'all know they conform and all kind of stuff, but we ain't gonna harp on that. But do y'all understand what I'm trying to say right now? I'll be clear. If they can go out of their way trying to prevent the rise of another black speaker, y'all, trying to disgrace us like this, then I can go out of my way trying to research everything to expose them. You understand me? And a lot of people sell out, just like some of these men on this picture. Really, most of them, you dig? I don't know the black man with the Muslim suit, but most of these men sold out, just like that clown Obama. It reminds me of this episode of Homie the Clown on In Living Color. Remember when Homie sold out?
You've got to be a complete sellout to meet the man.
What you talking about, Mr. Charlie? Did I show you my new look? I denounced Farrakhan.
Well, Jesse Jackson did that.
I dated Vanna White.
Who didn't?
Did I mention Rodney King was way out of line?
You did it, homie! You totally sold out!
But know who some of y'all remind me of from In Living Color? Bonita Bertrell. Don't nobody say nothing bad about Barack Obama. I know this is second term, but Wall Street, the automobile industry, the Latinos with DACA, and the homosexuals had to get legally married. All of that had to be put in front of us, you understand? He even turned the White House into a rainbow, you know, but he gonna help us right before he leave office. Yep, our first our first black president. Don't nobody say nothing bad about Barack Hussein Obama. Now, if you watching Living Color, you'll understand that Bonita always said the nicest things out loud and in public. But give her 1 second and she gonna lean into that person that she gossiping to, like her family member, and tell them the real scoop. It usually goes something like this, unless you've been watching BlockTalknews. Cried a river for Sandy Hook. He even tried to enact tougher gun laws, but he ain't try to do that for you after the police murdered Trayvon Martin in cold blood or Oscar Grant in cold blood. The only thing his response was to enact a Blue Lives Law, giving the police more equipment and more leeway to murder more black men, women, and children. But you ain't heard that from me. But hey, don't take Benita's word for it. Let's read. Former President Barack Obama said reparations for black Americans were a non-starter during his presidency. Obama, the country's 44th and first president, said on Bruce Springsteen's Renegade, Born in the USA podcast released Monday, that he thinks reparations are justified but believed them to be unattainable when he was president. People, what's the key word in the beginning of this article? Of course, non-starter, which in itself is an admission by Barack Hussein Obama that he never attempted to advise a plan for reparations, y'all, and the continued oppression of blacks in America. And don't let them run that victim mentality phrase created by them to silence you from sounding the alarm on blatant systemic racism. You understand me? And in case any of y'all need to hear it from them, because some of y'all like to act like it don't exist, every Democratic presidential nominee admitted to the existence of systemic racism. For everybody who need to hear from them, you go back and watch, because I watched it, because I know how quick y'all is to say, them black power dudes always blaming the white man. As if the man you defending gonna ever take responsibility or even make an attempt to rectify his past, present, and continued atrocities against blacks. Or I know how some of y'all think, black people use the race card too much. I know how you think, goddammit, but think about this while you're doing all the thinking around here. Think about who created the entire card game. My logic is irrefutable, y'all, but think about this. Why is a former president who once supposedly held power to make real change talking to a musician on race and reparations, y'all? Race and reparations. Let's continue. So if you ask me, theoretically, are reparations justified? The answer is yes, he said. There's not much question that the wealth of this country, the power of this country, was built in significant part, not exclusively, maybe not even the majority of it, but a large portion of it was built on the backs of slaves. You are witnessing a rebel network. They keep saying Bruce Springsteen name. Does he need a boost in black viewership or something? Or was it just a perfect place for Barack Obama to shoot down a push for reparations? Barack Hussein Obama said reparations was unattainable during his presidency. Again, people, how can you declare something unattainable when you never made an attempt to even attain anything, y'all? He just told us it was a non-starter. But the most damaging statement was, the wealth of this country, the power of this country was built in key word, y'all, significant part. Not exclusively, maybe not even majority of it, but large part of it was built on the backs of slaves. Wow, y'all, look at this. You see this? That say the White House, y'all. You see the next one? That say the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C., y'all. The next one is the Statue of Freedom. You understand me? But look in the middle. That say Wall Street, people. Wall Street. That don't say one building. That don't say two buildings. That say Wall Street, y'all. So if they trusted slaves with the most sacred buildings and monuments, y'all, why would they restrict slaves from building the basic necessities of a developing country, y'all? Make that make sense. You know, y'all like that phrase? Make that make sense. Oh, y'all you could build a White House, you know, which all of our presidents gonna sleep in. You could build a Capitol, you know, all our politicians gonna be there. But I'd be damned if you just build all the roads in America. I'd be damned if you pick all the cotton. Y'all understand what I'm saying right now? Come on, bruh. Let's continue. But he said pushing for that type of economic support for black Americans, including descendants of slaves, during his presidency likely would have been unsuccessful. Barack Obama really ought to be ashamed of himself, people. Again, Obama repeats that support for blacks economically would have been unsuccessful. Did y'all hear him? Again, y'all, this dude said pushing for economic support for blacks would have been unsuccessful without actually attempting to push for anything. This the third time he mentioned it, y'all. He went from non-starter to unattainable to likely unsuccessful without actually attempting to do anything. Now let's apply Barack Obama logic with the mechanics of pushing a car to the gas station. Now, based on the first quote by Barack Hussein Obama, reparations were a non-starter, remember? Now y'all see that car? It's a non-starter. Look a little worn out, the tires look completely bald, the tents got bubbles in it, and it's clearly out of gas. How can he make a successful trip? You understand me? Now don't laugh, because that car represents the stagnation of the black race. Now behind that car we have a determined black man with his hands pressed against the rear of the vehicle along with the strength of his upper body thrusting forward, pounding his feet to the pavement. You understand me? Now, because I know how you think, I bet you probably like, oh, he must represent Barack Obama. Wrong. Unlike Barack Hussein Obama, this determined black man concocted a plan to get from point A to point B. I'm about to roll up my sleeves and push until I make it to the gas station. When I make it to the gas station, I'll plan my next step. Now let's go to Barack, y'all. Barack Hussein Obama, unfortunately, did not advise a plan. Barack Hussein Obama, unfortunately, did not roll up his sleeves and attempt to make a push, y'all. Barack Hussein Obama looked at that car and said, getting that car to the gas station is unattainable and likely unsuccessful. Do you understand me? Now, who would y'all trust for an estimate on that car making it to the gas station? The determined black man with not only a plan, but an attempt to make it to the gas station? Or Barack Hussein Obama, who looked at a bad situation and refused to even start or attempt to resolve the issue? You understand me? My logic is irrefutable. What I saw during my presidency was the politics of white resistance and resentment, the talk of welfare queens and a talk of the undeserving poor and the backlash against affirmative action, Obama said on a podcast. All that made the prospect of actually proposing any kind of coherent, meaningful reparations program struck me as politically not only a non-starter, but potentially counterproductive. Now let's Block Talk break that down. Obama just not said he saw the politics of white resistance and resentment, which translate to white people not gonna let me do it, and they gonna be mad at me even if I try to attempt to help black people, and the resentment could even hurt my party. Y'all understand me? You gotta translate the way these people try to throw this crap at us. You understand me? That's why I break this down. This is why I do it. You understand me? And feel free to give me your translation. You understand me? Obama continues by saying he heard the talk of welfare queens, y'all. Obama heard the talk of the undeserving poor and that backlash against affirmative action. Let's start right there before we even break down certain things, y'all. The question is, who did Barack Obama hear that from? And why did he let them walk off speaking like that? You understand me? Who did you hear that from, Barack Obama? And you let them walk off. And matter of fact, you didn't even inform black people. I don't remember you coming out and saying, y'all, I'm trying to get something cracking, and they talking about welfare queens and the undeserving poor, and they even mad at me about that affirmative action, and I wasn't even in here. He ain't come out and say nothing like that. Nah, I guess talking to black people, that's another one of them political non-starters. So was it the Republicans, y'all? No, it couldn't have been, because all they talk about is welfare queens and the undeserving poor. And the Republicans ain't stop him from pushing for DACA for the Latinos. The Republicans did not stop him from pushing for the economic bailout, all the push they had for the economic bailout, or even the auto industry bailout. Remember that? Remember that Republicans had a lot to say. And matter of fact, same-sex marriage. They had a lot to say about that, but it didn't stop the fighter. Barack Obama, he fought for those people. Did he fight for you, black man and woman? You still going for the illusions and tricks, people? You could cry for everybody else, but not for you. And you know I'm telling the truth. Now let's start from that all in the corner of the second paragraph. It say all that made the prospect of actually proposing any kind of coherent, meaningful reparations program struck me as politically not only a non-starter, his favorite word, but potentially counterproductive. Translation, y'all. The talks from his Democratic advisors suggest that whites will stop my proposals and stop any type of aid to blacks in its conception, and they might even resent the Democratic Party as a whole. And you know I can't have that. You hear Barack Obama, y'all? Let's continue. You are witnessing a rebel network. During his first campaign for president in 2008, Obama said he agreed with the underlying sentiment of recognizing the continued legacy of slavery, but didn't necessarily support reparations and instead favored more practical policy goals, the Washington Post reported in 2019. You heard Barack Obama? He support more practical policy goals, which means that it's impractical to think that America will actually pay reparations, y'all. Since they didn't pay them to slaves, it's impractical to even think that they'll pay them to the descendants of slaves. Go gadget, more excuses from Barack Obama. I fear that reparations would be an excuse for some to say we've paid our debt, he said, according to the Post. The remains of a persistent and wide gap between the wealth of white and black Americans. In 2016, the average net worth for a white family in the United States of America was $171,000, 10 times higher than the average net worth of a black family, according to the Brookings Institution, which pointed out centuries of discriminatory policies against the black community as a reason for the disparity. At this point, y'all, even the most loyal Barack supporter gotta be on my side. You gotta be thinking, bruh. We don't care what nobody think after they pay their debt, Barack Obama. Long as they pay that debt, we don't care what they say. You could say what you want long as you do nothing. You have said everything through your music, movies, everything America has said about us. In fact, you just got finished letting them call black women welfare queens to your face and talk about the undeserving poor and how we criminals. And that, matter of fact, that narrative been out before you even took office, bruh. So we don't care what they say long as they pay that debt. Let's continue. The wealth gap between black and white Americans has remained stagnant for decades, the Washington Post reports, with the black-white economic divide as wide in 2020 as it was in 1968. The historical data reveal that no progress has been made in reducing income and wealth inequalities between black and white households over the past 70 years, wrote 3 economists in the Journal of Political Economy. Did you hear that? That's for all of you economic people. Oh, economics is the way, economic this, and we coming up economically. The people say it's the same as 1968, y'all. 1968, the height of racial segregation and racial tension, period. 1968, and ain't no progress been made. And that's from the Journal of Political Economy. Y'all heard that, huh? Y'all heard that, huh? Straight from their mouth. You are witnessing a rebel network. Obama's comments come as some Democratic lawmakers have renewed a push for reparations. Last week, a panel of United States House of Representatives heard testimony on the creation of a commission that would be tasked with examining the history of slavery and discriminatory government practices in the United States. It would also make recommendations including financial compensation for the descendants of slaves on remedies, the Associated Press reports. Passing a reparations bill, however, could be difficult even with Democrats in control of both chambers, according to the AP. So many Republican lawmakers may have pushback on the commission. So did they say they having a testimony to examine slavery and make recommendations, y'all? Not pass laws, not create policy, not enact amendments, y'all? Just recommendations, huh? Wow, they about to examine the history of slavery, y'all. Simply, keyword simply, to make recommendations. Wow, they gonna recommend some stuff that don't even have to be taken seriously, y'all. Then they gonna quickly let you know. Y'all saw how they quickly let you know, just because Democrats in control of both chambers don't mean it's gonna pass. Yeah, you peep game. I guess Republican lawmakers either got more power than we think, or they leaving back the pushback from Democratic lawmakers. You understand me? Yeah, that's what they doing. You are witnessing a rebel network. Though it is impractical and a non-starter for the United States government to pay reparations, it is also unfair and heartless to give Black Americans the hope that this is a reality, Representative Burgess Owens, Republican from Utah, said, noting that his great-great-grandfather arrived in America on a slave ship, according to the AP. Y'all heard him? He shared the same views as Barack Hussein Obama, right? He said it's impractical and a non-starter. So much for Democrat and Republican beefing, huh? But he went even further, y'all. The dude said it's unfair and heartless. For real, bruh. Unfair and heartless to think that America will actually pay its debt to Black people. We watched this dude right here, Burgess Owens, disgrace his ancestors, y'all. Let's continue. But Sheila Jackson Lee, a Texas Democrat, said the government sanctioned slavery. This is what we need, a reckoning, a healing reparative justice, she said, according to the AP. The White House press secretary said last week that President Joe Biden supports a study on whether descendants of formerly enslaved people should receive reparations, The Hill reports. Now, y'all, without looking, of course Joe Biden support a study because a study leads to nothing, and Joe Biden has already stated he does not support reparations. Come on. You are witnessing a rebel network. I believe that's what's being discussed and studied, the continuing impacts of slavery, which is being discussed in his hearing on H.R. 40, and he continues to demonstrate his commitment to take comprehensive action to address systemic racism that persists today, according to The Hill. Did they just say they studying the continuing impact of slavery? Y'all, key word, continuing. Continuing. Continuing in itself is an admission that it had an impact and that it's continuing. What is there left to study, y'all? What is there left to study? You are witnessing a rebel network. Obama said during a podcast that though he was convinced that reparations was a non-starter during his presidency, he understands it should be discussed. I understand the argument of people I respect, like Ta-Nehisi Coates, that we should talk about it anyway, if for no other reason than to educate the country about the past that often isn't taught. Let's face it, we'd rather forget, he said. Yep, you heard him. He already let you know how he feel. Since his little advisors convinced him that reparations was a non-starter, it's cool if y'all discuss it. You heard him. He said even if for no other reason. Even if for no other reason than to educate the country. Because the country don't have schools in place, right? They don't have colleges here, huh? They so uneducated on all the racism that's going on and continues to go on in America, huh? And then the dude even went as far as to say he would rather forget, y'all. He loved his country so much he would rather forget about its treacherous acts against Black people, y'all. He loved them so much he want to forget about what they did to us just so he could keep his apple pie version of America, y'all. Just for that apple pie. Is this your leader? Does he speak for you? Does he have your best interests at hand, people? Come on now.
I don't think so. Homie never played that. It was all part of homie's master plan, just about the man. Kiss this.
You fool. You don't know what you've done.
Oh, yes, I do. I just got even with your ass.
With that said, y'all, I won't make an apology, y'all. Yup, that's right. I won't apologize for an insult that I made earlier. It was wrong and it was vicious, you know. And I just won't say directly to homie the clown. To call Barack Obama a clown is an insult to clowns everywhere. And I'm sorry. I was wrong. Once again, y'all holler at me.